I don't give a fuck if I'm held accountable for what I did. Yes, I snitched, and I did it proudly. When I first met the gang, right, I had no intentions of sleeping with their girl. I had no intention of kidnapping them. I had no intention of stealing money from them. Before I even got locked up, they were sleeping with my girl. But if we're street dudes, do you do that? That doesn't happen. Because in the street, it's brotherly. That don't happen. Where was the loyalty to me? Imagine I would have stood tall, right? Did the 47 years right now. You're not checking on my mom. You're not paying nothing for my daughter. You're not doing anything for me. You're not even wondering if I'm calling somebody or not. Don't tell me what I've chose to do in my life. I'm gonna throw my whole life away so you could fuck bitches, get money, party, and me ride away in a...
The code got violated. How King Von, Pop Smoke, YNW Melly, K-Flock, Akon, 50 Cent, 21 Savage, and Snoop Dogg responded when Tekashi69 told everything in 2018. Daniel Hernandez, the rainbow hair rapper the world knew as Tekashi69, walked into a federal courthouse and sang like he had a record deal with the government.
I'm sorry?
What sorts of things did Nine Trey members do?
We participated in a lot of, violent crimes, robberies, assaults.
He gave up names, dates, locations, and put his own crew on Front Street in front of judges and prosecutors.
They had like videos at the shooting at the Barclays Center. They had me there for that. They just tried me with conspiracy for that. And they had once a person had got robbed at thisis50.com at the radio station inside the lobby. They got me with conspiracy for that because I was there. They seen my car on the camera, like on the outside or whatever. So they got me for those two. So those basically was like.
The Nine Trey Gangsta Bloods, the same people he had been throwing up sets with on camera and calling family, got handed to the feds on a silver platter. The streets heard about it fast, and the rap game responded even faster. King Von did not play around with his reaction.
That shit cool. That shit was 6ix9ine, that shit ain't cool. I don't know, they got this man running around and it's funny and shit, it's funny. Yeah, that shit funny as shit, that shit ain't funny, gang. This man, cause it's like this. I don't know the nigga, gang. I don't give no fuck about the nigga 6ix9ine, I don't know. But he told them all type of people, gang, and they people locked up and shit, and his people, family members and shit. And people gotta take care of them people, and them people got kids, and them people, you know, it's like he done told them. After heard he told on a lot of people, like, so I know it's people like he probably ain't did shit to him, and he told on them and shit, like, you know. For them, they thought it, like, it's some people I know. Everybody ain't did nothing to 6ix9ine. You see what I'm saying? So whoever did, cause y'all be saying, they fucked his baby mama. Ooh. Alright, that's one nigga, gang. Okay, that nigga told on all type of niggas. Still, that don't even justify either. Man, niggas fucking his baby mama said all day, every day. That shit on.
The Chicago boy, who came up in Parkway Gardens where consequences were real and the code was not something you debated, said what needed to be said without sugarcoating a single word. Von made it clear that 6ix9ine was a rat, plain and simple, and that no amount of streams or chart positions was going to wash that off. For Von, who had buried homies and navigated situations where keeping your mouth shut was a matter of life and death, 6ix9ine represented every phony that ever put on street clothes and pretended to be something they were not. Von said it to cameras, said it on the internet, and said it to anyone who asked. A rat is a rat. And Von was not the type to dress it up any differently. Pop Smoke came through with Brooklyn energy and zero filter.
Yo, to be honest, homie, before homie would start snitching and shit, son was doing his thing.
Right. No, for sure.
That's all I could say. Son was doing his thing. Besides the snitching
he had
shit,
solid music.
He was doing his thing. Niggas can't take that from the homie. Like, he was doing his thing. Now, I don't think he was a real street nigga. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's where people fucked up by making him portray that shit. He's not a street nigga. I think that he was trying to be something that he didn't really understand.
What all came with that?
Exactly.
Bashar Baraka Jackson, who grew up in Canarsie and carried the grit of New York streets in every bar he ever recorded, was not impressed by 6ix9ine before the cooperation and was even less impressed after. Pop Smoke made it known that in his world, in the Brooklyn streets where he learned everything he knew about loyalty and survival, what 6ix9ine did in that courtroom was the ultimate form of weakness. Pop had built his entire identity on being immovable, on being the kind of man who did not bend regardless of the pressure applied. 6ix9ine, in his eyes, had crumbled at the first sign of real federal heat and taken everybody around him down in the process. Pop Smoke called it what it was without dressing it up. You do not do that to your people. Period. The Wu did not operate like that, and Brooklyn did not raise men like that. YNW Melly came through with his take, and it hit different because Melly was not speaking from a comfortable position. He was dealing with his own legal heat at the time, facing serious charges out of Florida, and he still found time to address what 6ix9ine had done.
6ix9ine's like going to be testifying against some of his co-defendants. What are your thoughts on the whole snitching shit and what's going on with 6ix9ine?
I don't know, and I ain't trying to. You might put Melly in some shit. I ain't got time for it. I just got out.
He said, I don't want to be, I don't want my name in none of that shit.
Know what that boy
you never know.
That shit, that crazy. Fuck. Damn. Damn.
Yeah.
Melly grew up in Gifford, where the struggle was not a punchline, and the code was something you either lived by or paid for. He made it known that cooperating with the feds and putting your people in cages was something he could not get behind under any circumstances. Melly was not on a soapbox. He was speaking from the mud, and everybody who came from somewhere similar understood exactly what he was saying. K-Flock brought the Bronx perspective, and it was ice cold. Kevin Perez, who came up in the Highbridge section of the Bronx and built one of the most promising careers to come out of New York drill in years, had no ambiguity in his position when it came to 6ix9ine.
And look here, man, I'm telling you what's in my heart. I don't give a about being politically correct. But this is what I hear, like you hear it, but real niggas don't understand that. It's like a 6ix9ine situation. Whoa. Like a real nigga ain't that. But a nigga in his shoes, like them game playing computer niggas, man, he was right. A nigga try to, goddamn, nigga fuck my girl, try to kill me, rob me, steal my money, and I took you out the hood, and you want me to sit in jail for you? Fuck you, where I'm out. He was real to who he is. And real niggas knew you would never have a nigga like that in our crew. So that wasn't real nigga shit. So how you expect real nigga shit at the end of the road? All right, so, see, I'm just different, bro.
K-Flock represented a generation of New York artists who had watched 6ix9ine claim New York, claim the streets, claim blood affiliation, and then fold the moment the government applied pressure. For K-Flock, who understood personally what it meant to face serious legal consequences, the betrayal 6ix9ine committed was not just personal, it was cultural. You do not build a career off the image of the streets, and then use those same streets as currency in a federal courtroom to save yourself. K-Flock made it known that 6ix9ine's name carried no weight in the circles he moved in, and that cooperation was the one thing in the game that could not be walked back or explained away. Akon brought a more seasoned perspective to the conversation, but do not get it twisted, he was not defending 6ix9ine.
Whatever Tekashi was dealing with his homies and his clique, that's between Tekashi and his clique. Everybody in the rap game today all claim to be street niggas, or all claim to be connected to
certain type of rappers, yeah.
Right. In jail, 80% of the motherfuckers that's locked up right now are all cooperating with the police.
Akon, who had done his own time and came out the other side with his integrity still attached, acknowledged that 6ix9ine was staring down a mountain of time in federal prison. But Akon said there are things a man does not do regardless of what is on the table. He talked about the difference between a man who breaks under pressure and a man who finds another way. In Akon's eyes, 6ix9ine took the soft road, and the price of that road is your reputation, your credibility, and your right to call yourself solid. Akon was not angry, he was just done with him. 50 Cent came through and turned the whole situation into target practice.
Look, 6ix9ine is not from the street. Hip-hop allows you to be on the safari and get close enough to the animals without being in danger. And they're seeing him in the safari, in the middle of the whole package. Then culturally, they're going, gang, gang, gang. When I get on the record with them, I go, I am not gang, gang. I do not gang bang. Immediately. Because I don't like RICO. I don't like conspiracy.
Right.
You know, give me a homicide right now. I'll take a homicide right now. Before you...
50, who had been publicly riding with 6ix9ine and even jumped on a remix with him, did a full 180 the moment that cooperation came to light and did not lose a single step doing it. He hit social media with post after post clowning 6ix9ine, questioning how he was ever taken seriously, and reminding everybody that he had always been built on smoke and mirrors. What made 50's reaction land so hard was that he spoke from a place of real experience. 50 grew up in South Jamaica, Queens, where the pressure was applied early and often, and he never once took the stand against his own. He let 6ix9ine know through every platform available that the cosign had been revoked, the respect was gone, and the only thing left was the clown makeup he wore to match his rainbow hair. 21 Savage kept it short, but the blade was sharp. Savage, who built his name on Atlanta credibility, and had never given the culture a reason to question his authenticity, was not about to waste a lot of words on 6ix9ine. He made his position known without writing a dissertation about it.
You think the internet can destroy a nigga, though?
Hell yeah. Let the wrong narrative get to going about you.
What about the niggas who fight through them narratives, though? Because you got some niggas that fight through them narratives.
Them niggas still ain't getting no money like that, like they was. Like the rap boy. Who? We been wearing lace fronts and shit.
Who that?
The nigga who told in New York, man. Who told all them niggas in New York. The Mexican.
Oh, you say he...
The internet took his shit down.
I think he just stopped.
Nah, cause he can't go. Ain't no gas in the car, nigga. What you mean? He just stopped.
Nigga, he was on top of the world before that shit.
I think he was the first snitch that like went viral and shit.
No respect before the cooperation, no respect after. What added weight to Savage's words was the fact that he had gone through his own situation with the feds when immigration authorities picked him up in 2019 and tried to use his status against him. Savage moved through that quietly and with his head up. The contrast between how he carried himself and how 6ix9ine behaved in that courtroom spoke louder than any interview could have. Snoop Dogg went on Instagram Live and handled it the way an OG handles business. Calm, direct, no extra emotion needed because the facts did the heavy lifting. Snoop, who had been in the game since the early 90s and had faced more legal pressure than most rappers could imagine, looked into that camera and told the world exactly what 6ix9ine was and what he had done.
It wouldn't be the American Witness Awards without someone writing out a relative. Here's the winner of the Tekashi69 Memorial Snitch Award. Talking about a string of house fires.
A snitch, a violation, someone who put his own people in cells to save himself. Snoop said it without raising his voice because he did not have to. When you have the kind of street resume Snoop carries, you do not need to yell. The culture was already listening and they heard every word. When 6ix9ine came back home in 2020, released early while some of the people he testified against were still locked in cages, he bounced back onto the internet like he had just won something. New music, new videos, new streams. Brand new attitude that seemed to dare the culture to do something about it. The numbers showed that casual fans were still tapping in, but the artists who had spoken out had not changed their positions. Not Von, not Pop Smoke, not K-Flock, not 50, not Snoop. None of them, Pop Smoke, never got to see the full aftermath play out. He was taken from this world in February of 2020, shot and killed during a home invasion in Los Angeles. He was only 20 years old. But the position he had staked out on 6ix9ine was already on record.
Yo, to be honest, homie, before homie was started snitching and shit, son was doing his thing.
Right. No, for sure.
That's all I could say. Son was doing his thing. Besides the snitching
he had
shit,
solid music.
He was doing his thing. Niggas can't take that from the homie. Like, he was doing his thing. Now, I don't think he was a real street nigga. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's where people fucked up by making him portray that shit. He's not a street nigga. I think that he was trying to be something that he didn't really understand.
What all came with that?
Exactly.
And it was consistent with everything Pop Smoke stood for in his short time on this earth. He was a man who moved with loyalty, who represented his block to the fullest, and who had no tolerance for the kind of betrayal 6ix9ine put on display for the entire world to see. His absence from the ongoing conversation is felt, but his voice had already been heard. Because in the streets, in the real culture that hip-hop was built on, a rat does not get a second chance at a good reputation. You can buy views, you can manufacture hype, you can trend every week if the algorithm loves you, but you cannot buy back the respect of people who live by a code you violated in open court. King Von said it, Pop Smoke said it, YNW Melly said it, K-Flock said it, Akon said it, 50 Cent said it loudly and repeatedly. 21 Savage said it quietly and meant it. And Snoop Dogg looked into the camera and said it like the elder statesman of the culture that he is, Tekashi69 told, and the rap game never forgot.
Chopper said something too about 6ix9ine snitching.
Free TK, free Young Boy, free Bobby Smarter, keep 6ix9ine.